Hey, what's up and good morning, everybody. Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton, and now we're going to be covering the back 9 holes of the North Shore tournament. So, as I said in my previous video, this is our 8th year anniversary, my wife and I. So, I've knocked out rookie, spend the rest of the day and night with her, and then I will wake up tomorrow and do pro. Hey, if you like my content, please take a moment there to hit the subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and give it a like. That is awesome. And if you'd like to buy my wife a birthday drink, in gratitude of her supporting my golf clash habit and allowing me to get this stuff done, especially on days like today, you can always find a link to my PayPal in the comments section below. Overall, this is a good round. We'll take it. There's going to be a lot of people putting up bigger scores than this. I really needed to get a couple of extra drops here. With no albatrosses, it's going to make it tough to be at the top of the brackets, but at least we know we're moving on to the final round on this account. All right, let's go ahead and go right into hole number 1. Hole number 1, we're going to play the same way we have. We're going to go 2 top spin, 1 bar of right spin, 10% elevation at max distance. My landing position is orange ring on the sand line, just like that. From here, we make our pull, like I said, 10% at max. Normal shot, perfect ball. We get it up the fairway, and we are good to go for shot number 2. Shot number 2's been good to us all tournament. If we hit perfect, it's playing, dead at 10% at mid. So the shot's been good, no offsets, nothing silly here. We're able to go with the same thing, 2 bars of backspin. Again, 10% at mid. Ball guideline going directly to the hole. Here we make our pull. We hit a perfect ball, and this thing has been going into the hole for me. I hope it has been for you as well. But you can see there, we're all good to go into hole number 2. Hole number 2, we're going to go with the no moving target. We're going to go with the quarterback, 10% at max. You can see here I'm going full top with 2 bars of left side spin. I take it off a little bit because you notice that the ball guideline was pretty long whenever I had it up there. So this is the correct spin adjustment. 4 top, 2 bars of side spin to the left. We're going to use a Titan ball here. Pull our rings, hit perfect. This is definitely an unforgiving hole when it comes to a great shot. So no added pressure, just make sure you hit perfect on the drive, all right? Takes us into shot number 2. Shot number 2, 10% at max. Now, let's talk about this for a second. You're going to notice here, we put our top spin on. I've been trying to play this one 1.8 top spin here on rookie. We're aiming center of the cup, making sure our second bounce is in the rough there, okay? Let's take a look at the ring pull here. Notice here, 3 miles an hour, 3 rings. That means I played it 1 for 1, which is 10% at mid. But I am telling you to play 10% at max. Because take a look at this. We just didn't pull enough rings. So if we would have added the max elevation to the shot, we could have been in there for an albatross. We definitely would not have missed to the left-hand side because we would have pulled an extra 0.2 or 0.3 rings and probably been in the cup for an albatross. So that's why it says 10% at max, even though I played 10% at mid. Okay, hole number 3, we're going to go 20% at mid. We're going to go with that katana and backbone. Rough bump. Spin is the same as it has been. 3 bars of side spin to the left, which is max with the katana. 2 bars of top spin. 20% at mid. Remember, on this setup here, we got to have some of the yellow ring on the fairway and most of it in the rough like this. Notice my ball guideline. I'm slightly favoring the left-hand side of the pin. It's almost dead center, but if anything, favoring the left-hand side of the hole. Here we make our pull. Perfect ball. And you'll kind of see, how the ball reacts out of the rough here. We just barely miss this one to the right-hand side. So we're going to have to add a little bit more offset to the shot, which is kind of going to make it wonky, okay? But we got to aim a little bit more left-hand side of the cup to get this one more centered. You may want to take a practice token to this hole just to practice the offset and just to make sure that you can get that landing position right so you land on the right part of the rough, okay? But overall, very safe birdie. Hole number 4, Here, only 2.6 miles per hour of headwind. So, you know, we're going to be trying to drive green no matter what on this hole, even in headwind. Here you see me back my target up so that I can properly adjust my rings. And then I pulled this one 10% at max. Can't really pull the rings because we're going to overpower, which means I'm going to have to take an overpowered shot. This is almost full OP with half a ball of curl to the left. Now, I do catch a really nice part of this rough here, and then I roll out pretty significantly, which is good because that's a very easy chip in for the eagle. Even though when you go to chip that in, the ball guideline looks weird, it's still okay. Now, on my other account, you know, I wasn't as fortunate. I had like 5.1 mile per hour wind, and I hit a great ball, which didn't help. So I had the chip in out of the rough, but luckily we're getting direct headwind, which is best case scenario outside of direct tailwind. So from here, if we hit perfect and we use our full topspin method, you see I was dead center of pin, we should be going to pick that up. So I was able to eagle this hole on both accounts, just two different ways. Just kind of wanted to show everybody that. Here, we're going to launch the ball because I do believe that if we can get to the second fairway, it does provide us for a very good opportunity for that albatross. And you're not going to see a lot of opponents pick up the albatross. It is going to be a rough bump alba, but boy, the alba is there. And you're going to see a common theme on this back nine of the tournament where I barely miss a lot of shots. I mean, we could have really pumped up, you know, a much bigger score, but that's okay. I feel like that's how every tournament is. You saw me here pull my elevation, then you saw me push back up to max. We have so much fairway to work with. We need to get as much of it as we can to get this nice little rollout. Now, after here, we're going to be executing a rough bump, like I said. I want you to try minus 10% at mid. You might be saying, well, why do we want to do that? Well, let's take a look at it. We're using a power 5 ball. We're using our Goliath. We're using 3.2 miles per hour on the wind. I am playing mid distance, okay? I am playing this shot at 5% elevation. You're going to see me pull 1.6 rings. So, we get this thing here. We'll talk about the spin, two top, and then we'll talk about the landing position. Green ring is right up there on the rough line, so we're not leaving much wiggle room, okay? But it's a really good spot on the rough to bounce off of. Like I said, I'll show you the pull, 1.6 rings. Okay, so then we're going to pull to the center. That's 1 and a little bit over. 1.5, 1.6, all right? Perfect ball. And boy, if we just don't pull a little bit too much. Now, you might be saying, why do I want you to take 15% elevation off of what I played and play it at minus 10? Well, here's why. Because check this out. If I would have only pulled 1.4, no doubt with that same perfect shot, that ball would have been in the cup for an albatross. So I think it's there. I think it's a really good shot, and I really hope you guys pick that one up because that would be a huge drop to gain, and the albatrosses are always huge for the tiebreakers. Here we're going to go 10% at minimum. Now, again, you got to keep in mind that 2.2 mile per hour wind, very lucky. That is the lowest wind we can get with a navigator on rookie. Still, though, we're going to use 1 bar of backspin and 10% at minimum. So 1 back, 10% at minimum. We're putting our yellow ring on the rough line as such. Take a look at the heavy offset. This is our aim spot. Now, does this mean that if you aim here and hit perfect, you're going to get a hole-in-one like me every single time? No. Unfortunately, that's not how the game works. But there's a lot of variables. Okay, people say, why doesn't the game work that way? There's a lot of variables. My wind angle might be a little bit different than yours. Yes, we're going to get the same type of wind angle. We're all going to get headwind mixed with crosswind blowing left to right. But there's a 15% variance on how far the crosswind is. So, you know, you might be more leaning towards more, you know, straight up headwind, or you might be leaning more towards straight up, you know, crosswind with headwind mixed. So that's why this game's not as simple as point and shoot, all right? But regardless, you know, you're going to see here, this is a really good shot. You know, we make our pool here 10% at minimum. We hit a perfect ball, and we get this thing to hit the dead center of the cup. Now, I missed it on my other count, but just barely. You know, I had like 4.1 mile per hour wind or something like that, with a little bit more of the crosswind. So I'm glad I was able to pick up a hole in one, you know, to show you kind of an idea. But that offset is pretty nice. The ball does come around towards the pin. If you don't offset it that way, you're definitely going to miss to the left-hand side of the cup. All right, here we're going to go with the no moving target again, 10% at max. Full top, 3 bars of side spin to the left. I'm using a Kingmaker here only because of the headwind. And, you know, we really want to get these little extra drops. I think a lot of opponents are picking up the Eagle here. So, you know, we got to make sure we pick it up as well. I'm playing this one at max distance. Same thing, half a ball of curl to the left. We hit a perfect ball, and we're able to shoot this thing up the fairway very nicely. We don't have to push it. You can if you want, but you're going to see here that we're easily in thorn range. We're going to play it 10%. The graphic is absolutely wrong. Don't watch that graphic there. What am I doing, Dave? This ball is being played 10% at medium distance. 10% at mid, not max. Sorry about that. Perfect ball. And again, very nicely into the cup, touching the pin for another eagle. Hey, that is going to take us on to hole number 9. I hope I've earned, you know, a subscriber out of you if you're not one already. Hopefully you liked the video and hit the thumbs up. And again, if you'd like to support the channel, you can absolutely do so by becoming a member. That's always in the description. Or you can donate to my PayPal, which would be awesome too. Oh, I forgot about this hole. All right, this hole stinks. That's why I forgot about it. I don't like this wind angle here. 1 bar of top spin. I'm playing this one 20%, as you saw. And I think I'm playing at 20% at minimum. Yeah, 20% at minimum, 1 top spin. And we have to use the top spin because the ball just seems to die in the rough here. So notice my ball guide line is significantly through the hole. If I didn't do the top spin when I was practicing the shot, the ball kept coming, it kept dying. And you're going to see here the perfect ball. And I died again. So, you know, that one needs a little bit of tweaking. You might want to take a few balls of practice and see how you do on that one. All right, hole number 9, no graphics here because we need to change the shot a little bit. First of all, we're going to be using a Titan. All right. You can see here I got 4 top, 2 right. I want you to go ahead and just use all your top. Full top, 2 right. Here's the reason why. 2 things to be careful of. I started aiming down here like I normally do. But because of the tailwind, when I go to pull my rings, you see there, I get caught. I can't pull my rings efficiently, so I get caught in between clubs. So now I've got to redo my shot. So now I push my target further up. Yellow ring at the rough. And you can kind of see the top of the ball guide line there going into the rough. Now I can pull my 4 rings like I need to. Normal shot with a lot of curl. You see the right curl here. Perfect ball. Unfortunately, that ball doesn't get up as far as the fairways we want it to get. So we do need to add our full top spin to that shot. We're still okay. You know, we can still get our sniper shot here, but we have to use a little bit of overpower. If you get more yards on your drive, you're going to have a beautiful opportunity for an albatross. Definitely a really good spot here, especially in, you know, let's call it almost direct tailwind. This is one you can really dial in if you've got a couple accounts that you're playing on rookie. But, you know, for me, you know, unfortunately, when you have to use a click of OP and you're using top spin, you know, the ball can kind of take off on you. Not that it's a big deal. Obviously, this is a very easy eagle for me to pick up. But, you know, we just kind of skirt right past the hole. I really wish I would have had an opportunity to take another shot by getting more yards on the drive. But I did. I hit a great ball, though, on my second shot. But regardless, that is it, everybody. I hope you have a great day. I will see you tomorrow for pro, and let me know how you do in the comments. Thank you for watching.